Hi, I'm Lee Woodruff, and I'm here to do a reading from my new book, Perfectly Imperfect, A Life in Progress. When I was on my way into New York today, something happened to me that happens to every single woman. I lost my favorite earring. So I wanted to read from the chapter called The Jewelry Box, because it was about the experience of having all of my jewelry stolen, which for every woman is her sort of tangible history of her life. You can tell a woman's whole life story from the possessions in her jewelry box. Like reading a palm, you can trace the points where her life has intersected with memorable events, people, places, and loves. You can mark the consequential and the inconsequential. You can divine a sense of herself and her own self-image. You can spot whimsy, mistakes, milestones, and passages. You can speculate on the essence of her personality, all from what she has accumulated in a box. From the moment I had my first daughter, from the instant Catherine was born, I'd had a vision of us splayed out on the floor with my jewelry box. I pictured us examining each piece I owned, and my describing to her where it had come from in great detail. I would use the jewelry to explain the stories of my life. I had saved them, in fact, for exactly this occasion. Years later, when thieves broke into our house in Phoenix one sunny, cloudless day, when we were at church of all places, and the oleander blossoms on the back hedge were in full bloom, I lost not just my jewelry box, but a part of my living history. When I first discovered the box was missing, my heart lurched. It wasn't so much that there were valuable pieces or one item I loved above the others. It was the collective grouping of all of these bits of my life. The pewter owl necklace from my first boyfriend, ugly as sin, but endearing. The outdated brooches and rings from Nana, or the chunky amethyst necklace that had so defined the 80s as I set out to be a working girl in a big city. The stories I had wanted to tell about my own girlish history, the pearls from my wedding, the opal necklace from a college boyfriend, the silver lapidary ring I had made at summer camp, these had vanished. I had wanted to lay them all out on a rug with my daughter, to watch her finger ropes of necklaces or slip bangle bracelets on her own slim wrists and choose a favorite, as I had done. But I had lost the props. Not long ago, I found myself on my bed with my 3 daughters and my jewelry box. It wasn't at all the box of treasure it had once been. I was missing the detailed history of myself prior to age 34. But as I pulled out costume relics from the 80s and 90s that had survived in a junk jewelry bathroom drawer, my girls had saucer eyes. There was the bolero leather tie with a clasp made from a cactus postage stamp that had seemed like such a good idea on a business trip to New Mexico. I pulled out strands of big, chunky, fake gold chains, tarnished and heavy enough to have served as manacles. I gave them my tiger's eye beads and bracelets of green malachite from street vendors in New York. The twins oohed and awed as I offered them the cheap cloisonné bracelets that had survived after Bob's and my first year in China. I shed these pieces in part so that they could begin their own grown-up jewelry box, their own collection and catalog of themselves. Sooner than I wanted to imagine, my little twins would be piercing their ears and joining the cycles of the moon and moving slowly, inexorably, toward an independence that would not immediately include me.